Good afternoon, everybody, or whenever you're watching this. This is episode 89 of the Big Easy Blitz podcast. Um, yeah, talking about recapping the NFL playoffs. Some coaching changes happened this morning. A very surprising coaching change.
Oh yeah.
And the Natty is tonight, Monday, January 19th. Give me the Hoosiers. Just gonna put that out there now. But yeah, welcome back. This pod is brought to you by Mercado.
3750 Williams Boulevard 70065. Canada, Louisiana. We here. We up. Peace up, K-Town.
Wow, great intro. Great intro. Yeah, you want to say a few words before we get into this?
Yeah, we haven't even talked about the Sean McDermott.
Yeah,
news. I thought he was one of the best coaches in the NFL,
yeah.
and he just got fired. So one of the teams currently looking for a head coach is going to get absolutely blessed
Okay.
with Sean McDermott. But yeah, like you said, we're going to get into a bunch of football talk. The divisional round was awesome. It really
Both
was.
games.
Um, and then yeah, like Brock said, I got the Hoosiers tonight too. So you want to start with some NFL talk, bro?
Yeah, let's get into it. First game of the weekend was the best game. Bills Broncos, as we just mentioned, the Bills have let go of Sean McDermott, who I do not think was a problem. I
I mean,
they
your quarterback Josh Allen's great, but he turned the ball over 5 times, and the game was still winnable.
yeah,
So
um, which is crazy that five turnovers and it kind of was a lose lose for fans because most people wanted to see the Bills win, but the Broncos won and then lost their quarterback, which is probably
the
the
Patriots
most.
should have a layup, you
Oh
would
yeah.
think.
Got to be the most unlucky moment in recent sports history. I mean, you win to go to the AFC Championship and your quarterback breaks his ankle on the kneel down.
Well, it wasn't. Yeah.
It was a play
Well,
where he like rolled right and kneeled down. He looked
yeah.
like he tweaked it a bit. That just sucks for them. Um, sorry. But yeah, hold on. I was stalling to try and pull up the box score. So Bills Broncos obviously went into overtime where the Broncos
Will Jordan Humphrey caught a touchdown.
he did.
Ex-Saint.
Look, as much we have a sports podcast, and if you told me that Lil Jordan Humphrey was still in the NFL, I probably would have called you crazy. And he caught a playoff touchdown. Before Chris Olave did.
All right, dude.
That's not a diss on Olave. I'm just saying the fact that that happened.
Next year. Next year. Though.
God, I can't wait.
Cannot wait.
God, I can't. But yeah, I'm not even gonna look at the box score. I'm just gonna do off raw what I saw. This game was fun to watch. I like offense, so that's the main reason I wanted to watch that.
You would
I'm
not
stuck.
know.
I'm getting. Is that a Chiefs thing right there? I'm
No,
very
it's not.
distracted.
It's not. I'll show you after. It's a
Okay,
Calgary Flames. It's my favorite hockey team. Shout out the
sure,
Flames. We're 2
sure,
zero the last 2 years.
sure. Oh, sure. Where's Calgary?
Canada.
Okay,
Come on.
that's why I do a sports podcast and not a geography podcast. Um, but yeah, the Bills Broncos was fun.
Brandon
Josh,
Cooks had a few big plays, and then the biggest play didn't go his way.
yeah, can we talk about that? I thought that that was gonna be a catch for Brandon Cooks.
Really? Okay, I thought
Because
that was a pick.
it looked like he had full possession when he was on the ground. Um,
For me, it looked like he had full possession, like when he caught the
originally
ball, he
caught
had
it.
it like solidly in
Yeah,
his hands. But then when he was falling to the ground, the DB kind of like took
yeah.
it
I
from him.
guess there's just that one picture going around where he's literally on the ground with the ball and the DB doesn't have it. Maybe that's why I think he caught it. But shout out Holden Mayo. He did a pod last night or a call-in show, and he said that every catch from Brandon Cooks this season felt like it had to be reviewed from every angle to realize to see if it was a catch or not. Every single ball that was thrown his way. If you
Not
remember
Cooks.
against the Bills, remember that touchdown catch I got
Oh yeah,
called back?
sure.
What full circle moment there. Um, but Brandon Cooks, man, I mean, got to make everything look difficult. I mean, if Josh Allen, his number one receiver was Brandon Cooks that game. I mean, you can't really do much with that. They need to go out and get a
Get the
good
dude some help.
for like for real.
Thank God the Saints didn't do this, but Chris Olave would have been the perfect guy for them to go.
Sheet Shaheed, I feel like would have been
Yeah,
perfect
yeah,
for them.
yeah.
I mean, those deep balls. I mean, I'd rather throw the deep ball deep to Sheet Shaheed, who we'll
Then
talk about in a
Brandon
second, than
Cook.
Brandon Cooks. Yeah. Um, but yeah, it was kind of weird seeing the Broncos defense, who have been so good all year, kind of get exposed.
Definitely.
They got five turnovers and still gave up 30 points.
Yeah. Weird how that works.
Yeah. But good game nonetheless. Josh Allen, will he ever win a Super Bowl in Buffalo? Doesn't look like it right now. This was his best shot, and he still couldn't get it done.
Yeah, I mean, you had no Burrow, you had no
Yeah.
Lamar, you had no Mahomes. You were the only guy
hmm
from the last couple of years that was in the playoffs, and you
And
still couldn't get it done.
and now Drake May is going to go to the Super Bowl. There's literally no world I see the Broncos beating the Patriots.
Anyone but the Patriots, dude. Like
I
I'm
mean,
so sick of seeing the Patriots.
it's been long enough. As long as there's not another dynasty like that, it'd be cool to see Drake
That's
May.
the thing. Like I feel like they're gonna be good for a while now.
Yeah, we'll see. I like Mike Vrabel a lot. I don't think the Titans should
He's
have
a
ever
great
gotten rid of
coach.
him.
he had success in
Yeah,
Tennessee
he was
too
one seed a couple times, I
with
think.
Mariota. Yeah,
No, no, that was with Tannehill.
it was. Oh yeah, it was with Tannehill. Sorry.
Um,
Wait, was he there when the when Mariota then beat the Chiefs? You know what I'm talking about?
I don't, I don't quote me. I don't think he was.
Yeah, I feel like that was
I feel like
around.
that was way too long. Yeah. But yeah, that was that game. Shout out Will Lutz, for kicking the field goal to win the game.
Yep. Skip
Um,
not, but still
yeah,
nonetheless.
yeah. Josh Allen. Now, while it was his easiest road, technically, he did have to win every game on the road, which it's kind of crazy that they had 12 wins this year and they were the sixth seed.
I think 11, but yeah.
That's insane.
And
But yeah,
then also like you mentioned his lack of weapons.
dude,
Like I
it's
feel like this was the worst Bills team they've had in a long time.
hmm
Like although like Josh Allen was still able to muscle them to 7 or 11 wins, but
hmm
he had James Cook.
right.
I mean, Khalil Shakir, I guess, was
That
okay.
who do you think's wide receiver core is worse? And I probably know what you're gonna say. The Packers or the Bills?
It's got to be the Bills.
I feel like both of them just have a bunch of wide receiver twos.
Yeah, yeah, I feel like it's got to be the Bills though. Like they have no one. Like
Yeah.
they needed to go get Brandon Cooks, who played meaningful minutes. Meaningful minutes. I mean, the
Yeah.
dude was getting heavily targeted in a game where their season was on the line.
Yeah.
You
Kind of
know,
crazy.
so
And I mean, a guy like Keon Coleman, who they drafted in the second round, has not lived up
has
to his potential at all.
he's kind of
Who?
he doesn't seem to take anything seriously, really.
No. I mean, me and Spurbs, shout out, we're very high on him at the draft. I actually wanted the Saints to take him, and thank God that the Saints did not take him because he has not looked good. With a top, I'd say arguably a top three quarter, maybe the best quarterback in the league,
I'd say the best quarterback.
best quarterback in the league, and he still can't produce. It's kind of crazy. Anything else on that game before we move on?
No, let's go ahead.
Let's get on to the game that started with fireworks from a former Saint, Mr. Rashid Shaheed. Not really much to talk about this game. This was an absolute blowout.
Absolute beatdown.
The one thing I will say is there was I don't know his first name, but Lenore or whatever
The
on
Alvador Little.
shore. After the game, did you see this? Basically came out and said if we weren't injured, we would have won the game. Now, what's his first name?
The Alvador.
Mr. Him. Um, what are you talking about? You lost 41-6. You're still an NFL team. Like, yeah, you're losing. You didn't have George Kittle or,
Bosa.
but yeah, but like, good Lord, you can at least keep it close.
Fred Warner.
I mean,
Yeah.
you
They were
can't.
missing a lot,
They
but
were, they were, but they always miss a lot. I feel like Kyle
yeah.
Shanahan, the 49ers do this all the time. They still had CMC. It wasn't like they were down to everybody. They had majority of the wide receivers. I think they had all of the wide
They had
receivers
all
actually.
receivers.
And their quarterback. So I mean, if the Seahawks didn't show up to the game, yeah, sure you would have won the game. But injuries, I don't think that's why. I think you just were completely outcoached and outplayed.
Seahawks win that game 8 out of 10 times, in
Yeah,
my opinion.
I mean, and you couldn't really have started worse if you're the 49ers giving up a opening kickoff touchdown, which
Yeah,
was great to see from my favorite Saint of all time,
100%.
Rashid Shaheed.
It just
Um,
felt like after the Shaheed touchdown, like the 49ers kind of had like the life sucked
oh
out of
yeah.
it. Like by the second quarter, it was 17-3, and it
hmm
just felt like the Seahawks were leading on them, you
Yeah.
know. So
And that stadium, like you could hear every word, like you can hear the crowd through the TV.
yeah,
It is insane how loud that stadium is.
Lumen Field,
I mean,
formerly CenturyLink.
sure, sure. Shout out to the Seahawks fans. Uh, moving on. Which game was first on Sunday? I'm blanking.
We had the Texans
Texans
Patriots.
Patriots. CJ Stroud, man, good lord.
Oof. Ooh,
As
CJ.
bad as Josh Allen did play in that game, CJ Stroud blew him out the water.
Four
Uh,
picks in the first half.
yeah, I,
I mean, there was talks about Davis Mills coming in and relieving
yeah,
him, you know.
yeah.
So
Um, but I was at a loss of words because at the first half it looked like it was gonna be a close game. The Texans were
it
they
was
were up,
only like an 11-point game at halftime,
yeah, they were
and
up 10-7 at one point.
yeah, they were up 10-7, and then like I think from the 8 minute mark in the second quarter to halftime, CJ Stroud might have threw like three
Dude,
picks, and it just felt like the Texans were never going to score ever
yeah,
against anyone.
that first one was bad. The pick six, who shot out former LSU Tiger Caleb on Chase on, forced that pick. But if you're CJ Stroud, first he had a tight end right there. He could have just thrown it at his feet or take the sack. You don't
Not just throw the ball up.
you don't
Like
yeah, yeah, that's the last thing you should have done. And then
he had some bad,
yeah,
bad, bad
there was
plays
one where it was when Carlton Davis made that incredible pick on the sideline.
where he got his knee
Yeah,
down. Yeah.
like as soon as CJ Stroud threw it, I was like
Who the hell is he
yeah,
throwing it to?
like the receiver was nowhere near him. And it ended up being a pick. It looked like he tried to throw it away, but it didn't work.
He just looked like lost, and
Yeah,
I guess that's kind of been overlooked because of how good the Texans defense is.
Dude, they wasted a generational defense. Like that is
Yeah, I feel like they still should have their key guys, Kamari Lassiter, Petrie, Stingley, for a while,
yeah,
but and Will Anderson
yeah.
obviously.
Will
But
Anderson's so good.
that offense is really bad.
Yeah,
Like, I mean, to be fair, they did not have Nico Collins or Joe Mixon all year,
yeah,
but you don't think it would take that much of a hit. I mean, Tyler Shuck was still able to look competent um without Chris Olave or anybody
yeah.
against a Falcons team. And CJ Stroud just looked completely lost. I love CJ Stroud as a player. Like off the field, he's a great dude.
Hmm.
But if it seriously raises the question now, who's better, CJ Stroud or Bryce Young? Which at the beginning of their two careers, you would never think we would be having this
I know.
conversation.
Like from year one to year two, it looked like it flipped.
Yeah.
CJ Stroud was like legitimate, like MVP caliber quarterback in year one, and then this year just one of the worst sophomore slumps I've seen in quite some time.
Well, this is his third year, but yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Am I just
Because
completely?
remember last year he had his like dip. And he was
Yeah,
my dark horse for MVP this year.
yeah.
And
Wow.
it was
Okay,
just
never mind. His junior slump.
yeah.
Uh, but yeah.
It's just
I'm glad we got a Tyler Sharp reference in there.
oh
We will,
100%.
we will
We'll have
always,
have to.
always. I know that hurt. All right, final NFL game of the weekend. I mean, there's not much else to talk about that game. The Patriots really dominated. They look very good. So we'll move on to the Bears Eagles and the Bears Eagles, the Bears
Rams.
Rams, and the Bears almost pulled their magic again. But Matthew Stafford and the boys, he continues his MVP season and ultimately wins the game. I don't know if you saw, but in Caleb Williams' overtime pick, DJ Moore just stopped running.
Really?
Literally, they had a clip. He literally like Caleb Williams made a good read, but DJ Moore just started jogging, and that ultimately led to the pick that would seal it. Not seal it, but the Rams were able to drive down and kick the field goal. Um, the Bears are not going anywhere. I think this was the first year of their future. They're gonna be good for years to come. Ben Johnson's a great coach. Caleb Williams is finding his footing. They have the weapons around him.
Dennis Allen, I just unfortunately he's got to be on that team because I really would like the
Yeah,
Bears if it wasn't for DA.
yeah, that's true. He is a phenomenal defense coordinator. Though. You can't.
Great defensive coordinator.
I mean, to hold Sean McVay in that offense to 20 points, I mean, it's that you got to give a hat to. Now it was snowing, so
Yeah.
that's also an asterisk. But he is a very good defense coordinator. Um, but yeah, I mean, the Bears at the end they had some fireworks, but ultimately the Rams persevered
Yeah.
and were able to win that game. Um, other than that, it was a really boring game.
You got to give Caleb Williams his
Yeah.
flowers.
Now
I mean,
he did not play too good. I will say that.
well, he made some pretty dang good
Yeah.
plays that kept the Bears afloat.
I don't know if you saw this stat by the way, but so Caleb Williams and CJ Stroud both played two playoff games. You know they both had 5 interceptions.
Combined in the
Yes.
games. Damn.
But you would never think that Caleb Williams because of how good he played against the Packers in the fourth quarter. It's
Yeah,
kind of
that's
crazy
what I'm
how
saying. Like Caleb Williams has made like the plays when like he absolutely needs
yeah,
to make the plays, but
that's true.
it's just not consistent
No.
yet. I mean, it's only his second year, but
Yeah. He's gonna be very good for years to come. The future of the quarterback position is looking good. I'll say that.
yeah,
With Tyler Shuck and uh there's number two. Um I still think CJ Stroud's a good quarterback. I think he just needs a good offensive coordinator. Maybe a guy like Brian Daboll. That'd be cool to see. Brian Daboll is a phenomenal offensive coordinator. Actually, when I saw the headline that McDermott got fired, I just like thought to myself, they should just promote Joe Brady to head coach and then bring Daboll back for the OC
yeah.
because that offense would be unbelievable. But we'll see. We'll be on that whenever it comes out. I might put out a similar to what I did for college, a coaching carousel video. Although it's a
There's
lot,
so many openings.
yeah,
It's
it is a
a
lot harder
mess.
in the NFL because
The
like
Falcons hired Stefanski,
yeah,
and then also brought in the Browns offensive coordinator. His name eludes me, but apparently he's one of the worst offensive coordinators like football has ever seen.
do the Falcons not want to win? Like genuinely, they have one of the best young cores in offense in the NFL, and they do not like have a good offensive
And
coordinator.
they have a solid defensive core too.
Yeah, and like I was genuinely scared of the Falcons this year because of how good that team is,
Me too.
and I
Yeah.
thought they would come out and do
And
well.
then Michael Penix kind of fumbled.
I mean, there's been people saying he might not play again. He's torn his ACL like 4 or 5 times in his life. That's insane. Um, but I mean, the Falcons are still gonna be who they are. Tyler Shuck is gonna own them for quite a while. That's number three.
Even though we started at 0-2 against them, I still do believe
I
he
agree.
turns it
I
up.
agree. Anything else on NFL before we move on to tonight's game, which is kicking off in about 4 hours, I think, or something like that.
3 hours, yeah.
3 hours. Um, anything else on NFL? So if you didn't see it, Connor put out a TikTok, very good. Picking the game, and he picked the Indiana Hoosiers. And how can you not? I
How
mean,
can you not, man?
they
It's like, dare I say, it's like not picking 2019 LSU.
okay. I'm
Just because they
so glad you
didn't
said
roll.
that because that is what I wanted to talk about. I don't care about the game. I think Indiana's going to win. I do think it's going to be a very, very good game. But you know how I know that LSU 2019 LSU is the greatest team ever? Because every year when a team wins the Natty, they always compare them to,
Try
to
to compare.
2019 LSU. Now, I'll say this is the closest team to them that I think like that has a legitimate
Yeah,
argument. I think 2019 LSU blows the doors off of this Indiana team.
100%.
Like, and they interviewed Omar Cooper, who's the wide receiver, and he said that he's taking Indiana 24-21. My brother, if you think that Indiana defense is holding 2019 LSU offense to 21 points, you got another thing coming for you. That 2019 LSU team
They
would score
might put
21 in the
it.
first quarter. Um,
I was thinking in the first 5 minutes, but yeah.
they put up half 100 in the first half of a playoff game against Oklahoma. And then they took their foot off the gas and still put up 63 total. So let's slow down. That team will never be conquered, at least not for a while, I
Played
think,
ever.
especially with NIL, how spread out everybody is now. Um, but yeah, let's not get ahead of ourselves, guys. Um, and I honestly, if you sat down Fernando Mendoza, I genuinely think he would pick LSU.
He would.
Like
100%.
that dude, God,
Salt of the earth.
that is a broadcaster if I've ever seen
Oh
one
my
in my
God.
life. When he is done football, he will have a lifetime contract at Fox Sports.
I can't wait to watch that.
I can, because it's gonna sound like a movie script every single time. Oh my God, all of his interviews sound scripted.
He
It's like, dude,
he practiced him in the shower for
I mean,
40 minutes.
that is media trained at its finest. Let me just say, when people get media trained, they just put on Fernando Mendoza interviews.
I don't want to take anything away from the guy. Like
No,
he's
great
been
guy,
awesome, great
great
guy.
guy.
But yeah, I see what you're
Yeah,
saying.
he's gonna be a heck of a guest speaker too. When if he ever goes back to Indiana and gives speeches. I mean, do you even want to talk about the game?
I mean, I think Indiana wins this game. Uh, I mean, we both weren't really high on Miami at all this year, and although they have made it this far, credit to Miami, I just don't think they have enough. I
Yeah,
really don't.
it's kind of crazy. The team that I picked to win every game so far in Miami is in the Natty, and then the team that I picked to lose every round is Indiana, and here
That's
we
how
are.
sports works, man.
Yeah. But I will say the two teams that Indiana struggled with this year were uh
Penn State.
Penn State and Iowa, who both have extremely good defenses, and
Okay.
Miami is the best defense. So do I think that?
I can't wait to watch.
Oh, it's gonna be a phenomenal. I hope it's gonna be. I really hope it's not a blowout. I think it's gonna be a really good game, but I do think Indiana pulls it out. And ends Miami's magical season.
Yeah.
But yeah, anything else before we get out of here?
No, LSU basketball got their first win. You saw the TikTok. Uh,
Play tomorrow at 7 or 6
Something like that. They play Florida tomorrow. Huge game.
in Florida.
I wonder if Dion's back or not. Probably not, but we'll see. If he is, then I mean, like I
At
think
this point.
anything could happen.
Yeah, I'll look at it.
But
I'll look at it.
yeah, let me know. But I still do think this LSU team is good. They just have got the short end of the stick in like every single game. It feels like in the SEC so far. Um, that Kentucky game still haunts me, but who knows? Maybe if they lose, or maybe if they win that Kentucky game, they don't get that fire lit under them and they lose the Missouri game. So I don't know. You can't really make these kind of predictions, but with playing without your quarterback, your point guard is it's really tough. And hopefully he comes back for these next two games because they have Florida, like we just were talking about, and then they go to Fayetteville to take on a very good Arkansas team, a ranked Arkansas team. What you find?
Whole lot of nothing. Gotta be honest.
I got to admit, one of the best places to go for things like this is Twitter.
So
You don't have Twitter. You might want to get onto the Twitter, but let's
yeah, I'm
see.
not seeing it. He was doubtful against Missouri,
He's
so
been doubtful every game.
yeah,
Yeah,
I can't imagine he's gonna be healthy for this game.
I can't either.
Um, but I mean, if they can keep stacking wins when he's not there, maybe they can make a little run when he comes back. Um, I don't know what the schedule looks like. I know we have two ranked games coming up. and Florida, and then Arkansas, both on the road, which can
Yeah,
be
not
extremely
funny
hard.
anything.
Can be extremely tough to win.
Just need if you split, if
Yeah,
you split, I think that's a win.
100%.
They still have a lot of the season in front of them. So, win a game here and there that you're not supposed to, and then take care of business against the weaker SEC teams. And then obviously
Yeah,
get your
you
point
blew a
guard
big
back.
chance against Alabama. I'll say that.
Yeah. Yep. But I mean, they started 10 for 10 from the field. It was just like one of those
That was,
magical games.
I mean,
But anyway, I think that's all we got.
yeah.
Yeah. All right.
I'm seeing a mock draft right now. We're gonna put one out.
Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait. You saw that what I made the Saints blueprint?
Yeah,
Yeah.
very
So
good.
I
Go
can't.
follow CD Media
CD
21.
Media 21. Yeah.
21 on Instagram. That's
Yeah.
founders.
You're about to see all my Tiger TV stuff. I'll post that on there.
Shout out.
Um, but yeah. So we'll be watching the game tonight. It's going to be a fun one, and hopefully Dadon Jr. Or Thomas Jr. can come back for the Tigers because they need him back badly. Anyway, we will see you guys later. Thank you for tuning in. Stay tuned for some TikToks, and we will see you guys on Wednesday. Peace.
Peace.